Welcome to Expressions. We hope you've been enjoying our new weekly art show. I'm Jennifer Matoney, the show's producer. Tonight, we're closing the season with a retrospective show. But before we get to that, I want you to meet Brian Fry, our executive producer, and Andy Piak, who is a producer and director here at WSKG.
Thanks, Jen. We launched Expressions in November, and it's been going strong ever since. We wanted to showcase the wonderful art and soul of the Southern Tier. And we're proud to say that Expressions is the first and only locally produced show shot and aired in high definition. We kicked off the show with 5 episodes featuring songs for the season. These holiday music shows brought 16 local groups and a total of 375 performers into our studio here for tapings.
And then starting in January, we had some of the region's best musical talent in for a series of 6 shows that we called Sound Fusion. These shows paired solo artists and bands of different genres to see what they would come up with playing together. Some of the 12 performers included Ithaca-based roots rockers, the Sim Redmond Band, and singer-songwriters Zarni and Jared Campbell.
In other episodes, we featured 91-year-old Binghamton painter Armando Della Santa, Kathleen Huddle of Elmira, who works in a variety of media, and Kathy Arrington of Owego, who does mudcloth painting. Here now are some highlights from this season of Expressions.
Joseph Campbell, the great mythologist and scholar, had written that it's the job of the artist to hold a mirror up to society and to show them what we see going on in today's world.
From her work, it's obvious Kathleen Huddle of Elmira sees a world full of beauty. But she also sees injustice.
I always think of him when I'm painting my political work, and he also said to live in a society without the arts is to live in a wasteland. And I often think too that I'm fortunate to be in a country where I'm able to express my views this way. I'm Kathleen Huddle. I'm a mother and a painter, photographer, writer.
Kathleen's main inspirations are the Italian Renaissance and the female archetype.
Primarily, I do paint a lot of women. Figure painting is something that I like to do. Most generally, I like to work very large because I think it makes more of an impact. I have a large angel that's 7 feet tall. That is, I consider, my masterwork, and it took me maybe about 1.5 years to complete. That image I've been able to transfer, reduce it, use it on my cards, my Christmas ornaments, and that image shows up a lot in my work.
Depending on the time of year, you may find Kathleen making her signature holiday ornaments, which were once written up in an international magazine.
My message is peace, and I like to put that on the back of all of my ornaments.
Kathleen has a knack for overcoming obstacles and attaining the goals she sets.
Paper down. This has been copyrighted, this technique, because I totally came up with it out of necessity. I invested, I'm going to say, approximately $500 in the stamps. I experimented quite a bit. I did come up with a way to make it work. When I'm done, I want this to look like a glass ornament that's really old, and it has kind of an old world Renaissance look to it. Ever since the article was published, they became quite popular, and they began to sell out. I did my grandmother's wedding portrait here, and on the back is my grandfather.
While she felt born to be an artist,
I was one of these kids that was drawing in school when I was supposed to be studying, you know.
Kathleen experienced a bit of a rebirth of her own after visiting Italy.
I made a trip to Italy about 12 years ago, and that's when I was greatly inspired by the, most especially by the Bernini angels that I saw there, but all the Italian artwork that I had studied about in my art history classes at Elmira College. We walked from St. Peter's a short distance over a bridge called the Ponte Sant'Angelo, which is a bridge of angels, and that was all designed by Bernini. There are 12 angels. And I just had a moment where I couldn't even breathe. I had my camera in my hand. I forgot to take pictures. It wasn't really a religious moment. It was just aesthetic arrest is what I called it. I just saw such beauty, I couldn't move. But then I came to and I took all kinds of pictures, and when I came home I really wanted to do large angels, but I'm not a sculptor and I don't know how to do that. I don't have the means. I'm a painter, so what I did was the next best thing to make it three-dimensional was to do it on a large piece of wood.
Again improvising. Kathleen's path to artistry also involves some improvisation.
I graduated in 1988 with a BA in art, but I had a heavy concentration in painting, photography, classical mythology. I went part-time as an evening student. It took me 8 years. In those years I had twins. Just recently I self-published a book about, it's a memoir about being a mother and an artist, and it's called Mama with the Blue Face. That's a quote that my mother always used. She'd say, "I'm talking to you until I'm blue in the face," and it wasn't until I had 4 children of my own that I knew what she meant by that expression. I painted myself with a blue face and the twins are running all around. I painted 3 each because I felt like they were multiplying on this one crazy day I had with them. And I gave myself an extra foot with sneakers with wings on them to fly after the twins.
Despite the trying moments, her daughters actually enhanced her career.
It turns out that being a mother is a good thing for an artist because the subject of my work are my children. This is a portrait of my daughter Christine. She reminded me of Vermeer's painting Girl with a Pearl Earring.
A motherly demeanor seems ever present with Kathleen.
You want to put a lot of time and pride into them. Take your time, use a fine tip brush. Don't have a cup of coffee in the morning because your hands shake a little bit.
But an inner child who recognizes the importance of play is never far away either.
I'll paint here in the back of my studio, and when I take a break, I'll go over and sit at my desk, and I keep that kind of messy, and I keep all my beads and my jewelry out, and then I'll just pick up and it's kind of like playing. I call it playing with my jewelry. I'm kind of like a magpie, like those birds that, you know, they see something sparkling and they dive down for it.
Kathleen is also a pacifist.
I love looking at that angel. It gives me, peace in my heart when I look at it. And she's holding a sign with the most important word in the world, and that is peace.
Like any good pacifist, she's found a constructive outlet for her anger.
If somebody really ticks me off or something and I have an opinion, I'm going to say it with my paintbrush. I just designed a bumper sticker, Goddess for President, Mothers for House and Senate. What it means is if women were in power, if there were mothers running the country, there would be no war, and we would figure out a way how to do that.
Would you say you're a feminist?
Yeah. Just a wee bit. Yes, I would. I am.
Even if you disagree with her politics, you might agree that being a feminist goes hand in hand with being an advocate for 4 daughters.
My second oldest daughter, Kate, was married.
And while we didn't speak to her girls, we assume Kathleen has been a very good role model for them. Not only with her many accomplishments, but also her messages of peace, of seeing your dreams through and never being afraid to express yourself.
From doing my work, it's almost like therapy, only it's cheaper. You know, I'm kidding when I say that, but it's when you get lost in the painting, you forget about time, you forget about everything else, and then it's just something I need to do.
Children, fathers, uncles, aunts, and mothers, ancient wise ones still stand tall. When I was 8, the land was flat, the sky was far away. When I was 8, I ate some dirt, I taste the dirt today. Away, 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 when I was 8,
Küsst und hält sein süßes Täubchen, dreht sie, fühlt sie, jauchzt und springt, wirft 3 blanke Silbergulden auf das Timbal, dass es klingt. Braver Bursche führt zum Tanze sein bläugig schönes Kind.
Who can we trust when we both are liars? We were born together. From here to the grave, we deserve each other like a master and slave. Danger, I smell danger.
Well, I wish I had a needle and thread as fine as I could sew. But I'd sew that pretty girl to my side. Down the road I'd go. Shady Grove, my little love. Shady Grove, I know. Shady Grove, my little love. Bound for Shady Grove.
tell you something that I'm wrapped up and I'm all strung up. I could say that I love you, but I just can't face that truth. I can make myself want him, but I can turn him into you. Lately, when he calls me, I will answer, wishing for you. I'm keeping all my sweetness on the outside, but I'm black and blue. I can say that I love you, but I just can't face that truth. I can make myself want him, but I can turn him into you.
Looking down that long stretch of road, not knowing just where it will go. Temptations are pulling you back. Don't forget your family, your friends, 'cause that's where the road always ends. It leads you right back to your heart. Trust on love, and please don't turn your back, close your eyes, and lose track of love. Please don't give up on hope, on trust, on love. Please don't turn your back, close your eyes, lose track of
As you can see, it's been a busy season here at WSKG. We hope you'll have a chance to check out all of these episodes as they continue to re-air over the summer, and that you'll join us again in the fall when Expressions returns with brand new episodes.
And many of the shows are also available online at wskg.org/expressions. Thanks for joining us.
Running round my house, just trying to break out and open up my eyes to see what's on the other side. 'Cause I'm dying to find out what this world's all about. Discover what it's like to drive on the left side. I long to see the world, behold what will unfurl, and I desire to see the open skies, discover what it's like to drive on the left side. I've been knocking down my door, 'cause I know there's so much more confined to all my dreams, about the places that I've never seen. And I'm dying to find out, yeah, what this world's all about. Discover what it's like to drive on the left side. I long to see the world, behold what will unfurl, and I desire to see the open skies, discover what it's like to jump on the left side. Yeah, and I find it very sad, there's one truth that I am, that I live in New York, but I never crossed the border to my friends up in Canada. What am I thinking of? Said I long to see the world, left side. Thank you.